So hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm just going to talk about what's new on Moomoo, because I noticed that there are some changes to the app itself. And in this video I will also be covering on how you actually read the daily statement that Moomoo actually emails you daily. So whether you are exchanging on the Singapore stock market or the US stock market, they will actually send you a account, like a summary, like a trading summary. And I believe that a lot of people just don't read it, just like me. So anyway, in the previous video I covered how to trade on Moomoo, so if you want to watch it, you can watch it. I'll just put a link below. And thank you so much for those of you who find it very useful, and I hope to answer some of the questions that you actually brought up in the previous video as well. Okay, so same thing, I will just show slide by slide, so I just do screenshots. So if you open the Moomoo app, the same thing, the first page you will see all the stocks. So these are some of the stocks that I'm watching. I find that iFast is doing relatively well. Okay, basically these are some of the popular stocks that I find that it kind of jump a lot, but it's like, you know, you have to really study the market and you got to know like when it's going to fall. I kind of just like make some guesses to see whether the stocks will actually go up or down. I mean, based on these 5 popular stocks, and people actually do comment on these stocks. Like sometimes they will say like they will share news on the stocks, like for example SIA actually went up because the government opened up some of the places that you can go, that Singaporeans can go, the vaccinated travel lanes and things like that. Okay, and then on the next page, the next tab, if you click on the trade tab, it will bring you to this page actually. So on this page you can actually see the stocks that you actually purchased. So some of you asked me like, how much do I purchase, like at what price previously, like how do I keep track, and how much do I earn, right? So I'm going to just unravel some of the stuff that you can find on this page over here. So for example, I purchased iFast, right? So this is MV, or quantity. MV means market value. So I purchased like I mean the market value actually is the total amount in SGD worth. Okay, so I bought 500 units, which is the quantity, 500 units, and then the market value at that point, so market value will change depending on the value of the stock of per unit itself. So it's standing at 4,835. The next day it might change. Okay, so the price that I bought, right, the cost is 940. So you look at the smaller number, 940 is at the price that I bought, right? But of course, if let's say you purchase it at the even cheaper price, they will just take the average. Okay, so basically if the stock goes, if let's say you buy at 940 and then I bought another 100 units at maybe $9, then of course the average should be brought downwards. So $9.67 is actually the price in the market, the current price. That means to say that I bought at 940, so it increased by 27 cents. So that's very simple. So in other words, I actually gained. So if you just scroll to your right, I think, yeah, you just scroll some more, you will see another column, which is today's P/L, which means profit or loss. So if it's in green, that means you are profiting. So for example, I'm making a profit. Okay, so if it's red, that means making a loss. But this plus 180 is not the amount of cash that I actually earn. This is actually profit or loss based on the overall market. I'm not too sure how they actually calculate this, but I know that this is not the amount of cash that I actually profit. Rather, the next column, PL, is the one that I actually gain. So I know that I earn $135 from the stock. If I sell now, I would earn $135. Of course, you'll be slightly lesser because of the management fee, platform fees, and things like that. But this is how I actually see it. So whenever I look at this page, I always go to the PL column actually, because that's where you see whether you make a loss. So as you can tell, I made quite a bit of a loss for SGX. $1,000, but I know I have actually gotten used to it really, because the market just go up and down. But these are like blue chip stocks that are very, very solid, so I will probably just buy in more of it to average down, so that when it goes up, when it improves, then I can actually make a profit out of it. Okay, then the next column after the PL, which is profit and loss, they have percentage position. I don't really look into that. I'm not too sure how is it calculated, but I believe it's the position based on the market itself, right? And then over here you can see some symbols. This one is to share, so some of them like to share their like profits or losses on the comment page. And then I think the orange one means trade, and then there's another button where you can actually blank out the numbers, just in case you are afraid that you want to show the app to somebody else, I don't know, so you can actually kind of like blank the amount. So maybe I should have done that instead of blanking it out in this manner. Right, then another thing I noticed, if you go on to the next page, so I will not talk about all the tabs like the news and things like that, but on the me page, right, I noticed that if you go to the rewards club, there is some changes. So there are some new merchandise by Moomoo. I have the neck pillow, so I think they just added this keychain and pop socket, which is cute, but like some of them mentioned that it's useless having all these like items, because I mean a lot of people enjoy using the platform, but not to the extent of wanting to own their like soft toys and things like that. So they actually a lot of them feedback that is even, I mean, perhaps they could actually have a reward system where they can exchange like cash vouchers to offset the trading fees or something like that, which is what Tiger is doing. Right, and then I also saw that they have some exclusive collaborations with their partners like Shopee, where you can also exchange the points for some kind of a cash voucher or rebate, that sort of thing. So these are the new features. Okay, so moving on, I want to talk about the daily statement. So every single day they will send you, whether you trade or you don't trade, they will just send you, which is good. But I just find that it's very, very difficult to read. The numbers are really small, and because it's by a China company, right? So their English is not very perfect, and the way that they organize their statement is so difficult to read. So after some like studying and research, right? Okay, I really have to zoom in on this actually. So this is the account statement. First, there is the account information where you will find all your address and stuff like that, and then changes in the net asset value. All right, so what I have here, it's sell to close, because what happened was that on that day itself I sold off some UOB stocks, and at the same time I took out some money from my account to put it back into my bank. So I actually sold at this price for 5214, sorry, and then the sell to close fee is $5.56. So that is all the platform and management fee. So if you just join Moomoo, I think it's $0 if I'm not wrong. Okay, so they actually waive off all the platform fees, but after a month or so they will start charging you. Okay, to me it's way cheaper than any other platforms when it comes to Singapore stock market. US market they do charge, but there are brokers that charge $0 for platform fees. So I haven't really explored that, because I just find it more convenient for me to just trade on Moomoo using just one app, and the fact that I can do currency exchange very, very quickly. So I don't mind paying that little extra bit if I were to, if I were to trade US stocks. So at the moment it's cheaper. If I use like DBS Vickers, which I'm also using, but I don't trade there very actively, because that trade can cost like $25 minimum, right? Okay, so and then if you move on the next part, there the third portion will tell you the changes in position value of each stock that you actually own. Okay, so those are usually just skipped because it's like nothing much. And then the next one is the most important one, which is the trade securities and changes in cash. Then that's where they actually let you know the breakdown of how of all the fees, which is good, but I just find that it's not very user friendly, not very it's not easy to read. I feel that they should just done something to it, because it's just very, very messy and it's so small, the fonts. So basically, to simply put it in this way, how does Moomoo charge you? I think it's very important to know. They don't only charge you for using the platform, they also charge commission fees. So Futu do earn in that manner. Some of you may be wondering like, hey, how Futu actually earns, like they are charging so little. They do earn by commission. Secondly is the platform fees itself. And the third one, it's trading fees. Okay, so the payment wise is a bit different, because the commission fees and platform fees are absorbed by Futu Holdings themselves, which is the one that is running Moomoo app. Okay, and then the third and fourth one, the trading fees and the clearing fees, are actually given, or you're actually paying to SGX, which is the Singapore the stock market itself, the broker SGX. Okay, so on top of that, there's another fee incurred where you need to actually pay GST, 7% GST of the total of all the above. That means the total sum of the commission fee, platform fee, trading fee, and clearing fees, 7% of the total to the Singapore government. So thankfully, the percentage of each fee is very, very small. Otherwise, it will add up to a very large sum. So the fees wise, in terms of the breakdown, can be a bit complicated because there's so many components to it. There's like 5 components to it, and the government still wants to take in more the tax on this some form of payment. Yeah, so the breakdown is found on the website. So this is just screenshots from their website. So here is the commission fee, 0.03%. The minimum is 0.99 per order. So even if you buy very little units, they will still charge you a minimum of like $1. 99 cents is like, you can run up to be like $1 or so. So it's still very low, per trade. And then the platform fees is 0.03% of the transaction amount. So again, if you transact below if it's if no matter how much you transact, the minimum will be $1.50. So you see the website again, it's not so it's a little bit cluttered, that 150 there is not placed properly. So I don't know about Futu. About Moomoo, they did a very great job in running the app, but when it comes to like their website or the desktop version, it's just a little bit messy. Okay, so no matter how much you buy or transact, they will just charge you a minimum of 150. So that would probably ensure that every trade they would earn a minimum of 250. If you look at the previous one, is 99 cents, just run up to $1. So, and then this one, platform fees is 150. So every time you trade, the minimum that they can charge you is 250, so and above. So nothing less than 250. So just bear that in mind when you're doing your trade. Okay, and then the other fees are like your trading fee and clearing fee, as they mentioned, is actually charged by SGX. So thankfully, the sum is very, very low. So it's like 0.0075%, which is like less than 0.1%, which is great. And then at the end of the statement, of the daily statement, you will see this ending position. So it's just again a summary of the number of units you bought for each stock, the closing price, and then the market value and things like that. So I don't usually look that. I actually usually just zoom straight into the transaction fees, because I wanted to know whether they minus wrongly or whatsoever. So I think it's important to check once in a while, especially just check the transaction fees to see how much is actually incurred. And when you do trading, when you buy and sell, you need to bear in mind that some of the costs, some of the profits, right, that you make, some of it will actually go into paying these transaction fees and all the platform fees and so on. So you need to bear that in mind. So I think ultimately, if you think about it, if let's say you buy it also incurs fees, you know. So every time you buy, it also has that 4 fees that are being charged. So let's say we take it like $5. You buy $5, you spend on the fees, management fees and blah blah blah, and then you sell for another $5. So in total, right, when you buy and sell a trade, you will have actually incurred a cost of like $10. For me, I calculated on average, I incurred a cost about $11 like that on average. Every time I buy and sell a particular stock, that will be about $11. So I also need to bear that in mind. You need to take away this amount from the profit. So that would be a better gauge for you to estimate at which point you want to actually sell. Because if the profit is only like $12, let's say the green number, you know, that it shows that you are profiting $12, then why will you sell? You know, because if you buy and sell, then you're not profiting anything. So you want to wait till the profits go up to maybe like 100, 200, 300. Then, you know, when you minus off that transactional fees, the management fees is cheaper in a sense, right? So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that you find this video useful. It's just a very impromptu video. Again, this is not financial advice. Whatever stock I purchase, don't just follow blindly. I also make my mistakes. I'm pretty new to this. I've been using this app for about a year or so now, trading since 2019, but I'm still very fresh when it comes to this, because I don't really take the time to actually like analyze stocks and things like that. And in the next video, I really hope to talk about crypto. I do also invest in crypto. The only thing I'm a bit concerned is those people who come to all these like financial videos to like leave spam comments and things like that. So do look out for the next video. If you're interested, just let me know in the comment box below, like what is it that you want to know about crypto or you're confused about it, and I hope to explain in a very clear manner, especially to those who are new to investing. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.